How's it going, everybody? Coming to you today out on the 300. Gonna be headed up into the Ozarks for just a quick little overnight camping trip. I've got 22 liters worth of gear. Basically it's a tent, a sleeping bag, and my top quilt. And that's pretty much it. I got a chair. Heading out pretty close to dark, just so I can get a trip in, so I'm not going anywhere crazy. It's gonna be just kind of a quick, easy trip. So come along for the ride. Gonna be doing my first camping trip off of the 300, the inaugural overnighter. It's currently bow season here in Arkansas, so there may not be any good camping spots, so I'll just have to kind of wait and see what I can find. A couple of spots I know of, I'm hoping no one's there. If they are, oh well, I'll just find somewhere else, or worst case scenario, I'll pick a less than ideal spot. So pretty excited. I got some new updates on the bike. I've got my Cherbys tank, 3.6 gallon. I got my Cherbys skid plate on. I got the frame rail guards, or frame guard rails, however you want to say it, from Cherbys. I got those installed as well. I got the tail tidy and the rear rack from Tusk installed. So got it looking a little bit better, got it a little bit more functional. And I've also installed a new rear tire. I've got the Sedona MX 208 SR. It's a beefy freaking tire. It is supposed to be a pretty good tire, so we'll see. I just installed one just like it as a front tire on my TW200. And so far, as a front tire, it works well, but I'm testing it out as a rear tire now. A couple of deer run across the road. I've got a new handlebar and wraparound hand guards and a set of grips at the house waiting to be installed. But Rocky Mountain ATV is running a special on their heated grips. So at the time of this recording, they're like 17 bucks, $18. So I ordered me a set of those. I've never had heated grips, and I'm waiting for those to come in. And when they come in, then I will install the new handlebar, new grips, new hand guards, and heated grips, everything. I'll just do it all at one time, and that way I'm not putting a new handlebar on and then having to try to take my grips off or whatever. I'll just do it all at once. And so far I'm really happy with my purchase of the 300. Is it a perfect motorcycle? No, but it is a excellent candidate to build what you want. I still want to get better suspension down the road. Maybe ECU flash down the road, just because you can you can do so much to this. That's the whole thing, is it's kind of, is whatever your budget will allow, you can do. And honestly, I think even if I would have went with something like a FE350 or a KTM 350 or even a KTM 500, which I don't know that I want a 500. I think it'd been a little bit big for my needs. Even if I would have went with one of those, I don't think that my skill level will show the difference between them. I think that the Husky and the KTM, I don't think my skill level would have been up to what they could do different than the 300. I also don't think that the price difference, even with me spending money on upgrades, that I may not have to spend on those Euro bikes. I still think I'm coming in under what one of them would cost. And, you know, I know a lot of people run the Euro bikes and have no problems. And I know you can stretch out the service with no issue. But there's just, honestly, there's just something to be said for Honda. They're dead reliable. Yes, it weighs 50 pounds heavier. Yes, it's probably not as refined, but it just seems like Hondas never die. And I don't know. I've never owned a Husky, and I'm sure all the guys out there that have will be like, no, it's great, it's the best thing ever, it'll outlast a Honda, and it very well might. But in my neck of the woods, everyone I know, everyone I've ever known, it seems like Hondas are what just last forever. They're like Goonies, they never die. Oh, well, there's spot number 1 taken. Okay. So anyway, I don't think I'm a good enough rider to deserve one of those. I don't think that my skill level is high enough to where I would notice a difference between one of those and the Honda. And that's no knock on the bikes, that's just me. I don't think I'm good enough to notice the difference. We're headed up here to this little spot. If there was someone at that one, I'm sure that this one's filled up as well. This one is way more popular than that first spot we just passed. This is a little place that they call Fern Gully. Yeah, I can already see cars. They do a lot of rock climbing here. Oh yeah. Pat for sure. Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas. There's a lot of everybody here. Okay, we will go to place number 3. I don't know why the Forest Service is just cutting and dropping all of these little trees. They just cut them and left them. They're not doing anything with them. They're just leaving them. I'm happy with my decision. I don't know that I would have been any happier with the KLX. That was my original bike that I wanted. But like I said in a previous video, the KLX was more expensive And none of the Kawasaki dealerships in my area would deal with me the way Honda did. I traded in my Royal Enfield Continental GT 650, and every single Kawasaki dealership offered me half of what Honda offered me for the trade value. So that was a big factor. Dadgummit, someone's here too. Well, shoot. Oh, goodness. Alright, here we are. No one's here. This will be where I make my camp for tonight. Kind of tuck my tent right over there. Be good to go. Now I'm about to have a cup of coffee cooking. Come on, there we go. Fire. I'm not a coffee snob. I don't have to bring a French press and all that crap. I've got these Folger singles. You can pick them up at Walmart. And they'll make like 2 cups each one of decent coffee. Not great coffee, but decent. So that's what I drink, and I highly recommend. Ugh. So, first trip out on the Honda CRF300L. Super quick, easy, basically my backyard. Been really happy with the bike so far. Is it perfect? No. It comes with crap tires, which all of them do, so you're gonna have to change tires. The suspension's really weak. I'm not a hard charger, and I can tell that the suspension's weak. So you might as well plan on eventually upgrading that. Unless you're just going to putt through the woods. If you're going to putt through the woods, this thing will be fine. If you're wanting to go on adventures, go moto camping, stuff like that, then yes, you will eventually want to upgrade the suspension. But you can see it brought me out here with the factory suspension. So nothing crazy, but it got us out here. And, you know, if this is what you're after, it will do it. no problem. I'm wanting a little bit more, so I will eventually upgrade the suspension. The only real complaint that I have about this motorcycle is the on-off throttle twitchiness. I don't like that. And that is part of the ECU programming, that when you roll off the throttle, it shuts the fuel off. It's a very abrupt boom. It's not like you can gently roll off of it and coast and then roll onto it and take off. It's jerk off, jerk on. And I'm just going to have to get used to that. They do make the 550 performance ECU is supposed to fix that. But again, you're looking at $200. So can you get used to a jerky throttle, or do you want to spend $200? They also have the 550 makes one for if you upgrade your exhaust and upgrade your air box. I'm not worried about that. I like how quiet the exhaust is right now. I like being able to putt through these woods and no one hear me, or be able to sneak up on people because they don't know I'm out here, and I can sneak into places where I might not should be. Not that I ever do that, but I could be somewhere I'm not supposed to be and people wouldn't know. If you have like a Yoshi or something and it's brat, 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 you know, then people hear you, they know where you're at. So that's a toss-up for me, maybe eventually, but right now I like the stealth that the factory offers me. Very happy with the bike. One real complaint, the KLX is supposed to have better suspension, so maybe that would have saved me some money if I could have got one of those. But with the fact that all of the Kawasaki dealerships was literally half of the trade-in value, I said no thank you. But I'll get used to it. I like it. So far I recommend it. And yeah, I got a new tire on the back. I've got a new tank. I got a skid plate. I got a rear rack. It's coming along. For less than 200 miles, I've been able to get a lot done already. So I think this is almost probably one of the best platforms to build off of if you want to build something, if you want to tinker, if you want to change out ECUs and change out your exhaust and change out your suspension. If you want to go buy a ready-made bike, you're going to have to spend about twice what these are. But I'm very happy with it. I like it. And yeah, sounds like my coffee's almost ready to be turned off. Not quite yet. Getting close. So, first trip into the woods, I'm happy. I like it. Okay, it is time to turn the heat off and let her sit. While the coffee's cooking, I'll show you my camp setup, and yeah, here we go. Okay, so home for tonight is the Z-Packs Hexamid pocket tarp with doors. I've also got the Z-Packs DCF bathtub floor, and I've added a few additional attachment points inside there for it. Sleep pad is the Thermarest X-Therm. Quilt is the Hammock Gear Premium Burrow 20 degree with 1 ounce overstuff. Pillows, I'm trying out the Climate X pillow, and then that's my trusty Sea to Summit Aeros down. Pretty quick and easy setup. Takes, if you put it all out like I did, several stakes, but you can take and not put these two back ones here and here, and that'd save you a little bit. But it's a very lightweight, small, portable system. Even the rod there. That is the carbon fiber tent pole, collapsible tent pole, foldable tent pole from Z-Packs as well. And I had all of that in my Tusk 22-liter bag, along with my chair, and then I just got clothes hanging up. And there's old Red. And then Toke's titanium 550 milliliter with the BRS 3000 Amazon stove and some fuel. And then I got a hot lips so that you don't burn your lips on the hot cup. And that's pretty much it. This is home for tonight. Anyway, it is starting to get dark. Even though there's a fire pit, I very rarely make a fire when I'm out camping. Usually when it gets dark, I just crawl in my tent and start to call it a night. So I'm gonna sit here and enjoy my cup of coffee and just kind of enjoy being in nature. Enjoy the fact that I'm lucky enough to have equipment that can bring me here, that can set me free. So we'll see you guys in the morning. Good morning, everybody. It's a little after 7 o'clock. Just waiting for the sun to come up a little bit more. Being lazy and enjoying laying in bed. Whew. Me and the motorcycle survived the night. It did sprinkle a little bit and it wasn't supposed to, so I'm glad I set the tarp up and didn't just cowboy camp. I would have got wet. Anyway, we'll need to make a cup of coffee and break down camp and get packed up and head out. Okay, and we're off. Still got a light mist in the air, so if it ends up covering the camera, sorry. But anyway, I had a really good first overnighter. Looking forward to doing it again. I said one of these days I want to become a professional camper. Take this little section of some single track through here. Just a nice little flowy section. Well, the rest is just a little bit of dirt road back home. So I'll go ahead and wrap this up. Thank you guys for coming along with me on my first camping trip on the CRF300L. Hopefully one of many, many, many. And I hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions about my camping gear, what I would recommend, you know, stuff like that, hit me up in the comments below. I'm a big fan of the ultralight backpacking community, and I tried to bring that information and that way of thinking over into my moto camping, because again, I want my kit to be as light as possible. And if I can have a 1 pound tent versus a 3 pound tent, that's, you know, that's 2 pounds right there that's saved. So anyway, if you have any questions, comments, hit me up in the comments below. I greatly appreciate every single second that you guys watch my videos. It means the world to me. So thank you. I hope you enjoyed. Like, share, comment, all that good stuff. And we will see you guys next time.